The Game Awards recently announced their nominees for about 142 million different categories, and they're going to be a bit controversial. If you don't know, the Game Awards is the biggest annual awards show in the video game world. It's hosted by this guy, Keeley. Anyway, an international panel of judges from various reputable outlets like IGN and Eurogamer all vote on what they think is the best game of the year for each category. There are things like Best Direction, a bunch of goofy esports stuff, Game of the Year overall, and so on. Us peasants are given the chance to vote too, but our millions of collective votes are weighted at about 10%, while the judges hold all the real power. But don't take that away from them. This is the game critics' only chance to do something meaningful in the industry. The main thing I want to talk about today, though, is the controversy of nominees this year. There are a few titles that just don't belong in the Game of the Year category, and others that are clearly being favored by the industry. I'd like to open up with the Best Mobile Game category, which is an oxymoron. For some unknown, brain-rotting, catastrophic reason, Diablo Immortal was nominated. It isn't best anything. What, best at bankrupting gambling addicts? Best at tricking kids into swiping their mom's credit card and financially burdening their household in trying economic times? Best at being the absolute worst bottom-feeding virus of a mobile game that should have been banned by the App Store for being a threat to human life and society? Get out of here. Whoever pushed for this game to be here is gonna need a new belt to hold up their pants with all that Activision Blizzard cash weighing them down. But I hear you, nobody actually likes mobile games. Let's look at Best Action. That's a genre a lot of us love, right? Bayonetta 3, very nice. Neon White, ooh. Sifu, yes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, that's rad. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2? Let's play a game. I want you to tell me which of these here is different from the others. It's the FPS game that was put into the action game genre. Oh, but it is an action game, you say. Here's how the Game Awards defines this category. For the best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat. I don't usually think of first-person shooters when I think of video game combat. I think of hack and slash games or beat 'em ups. You know, like Devil May Cry, God of War 1 through 3, or even Ghost Runner. Another category that will probably go to COD because Bobby the Devil Kotick has deep, deep pockets. Oh boy, this next one is bad. It's hard for me not to laugh. Best Fighting. For the game designed primarily around head-to-head combat, we have DNF Duel. Good ol' Arc System works. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. It's a re-release, but fine. The King of Fighters 15. Okay, this is the one for sure. Multiverses. Very cool free platform fighter. And... Sifu. Sifu is not a head-to-head combat game. It is a single-player, third-person action game. Oof. The Game Awards hurt itself in its confusion. I mean, some of the other categories, maybe you could give them a pass. Well, not really, but this one is an absolute joke. I thought this was the biggest awards event in the $200 billion video game industry, not amateur comedy night at the local karaoke bar. What kind of mushy, no-wrinkle brain move is this? We might as well have put Pokemon Scarlet and Violet here because Game Freak is having a legendary head-to-head battle with modern 3D graphics. I think Sifu is a great game, just not a great fighting game, because it isn't one. Last but not least is the most important category, the overall game of the year for 2022. First is Plague Tale Requiem, which is very good, but the critics only gave it an 85, so I'm a little surprised to see it here. Then Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which has no chance of winning at all, but I'm glad to see it here because I love JRPGs and the Xenoblade series is fantastic. Horizon Forbidden West definitely deserves to be here, even for its visuals alone. God of War Ragnarok. This is one of the two games that will win the Game of the Year. God of War 2018 was a phenomenal game, and Ragnarok has only built upon that and become even better. Then...
Well... A lowly tarnished. Playing as a lord. I command thee. Now, go forth. Become Elden Lord.
This game is not just a Game of the Year contender. I think it stands among games like Chrono Trigger, Halo, Skyrim, The Witcher 3, Final Fantasy VII, etc. as one of the greatest artistic masterpieces crafted by human hands. To this day, I strongly believe From Software partook in ancient black magic to bring this game into our reality. I put over 150 hours into Elden Ring and my bones still quip at the thought that it is a finished, playable product that I have access to anytime. Surely, the other games in this category have to be absolute video game titans to be nominated alongside Elden Ring. Cat Game. They actually nominated Stray for Game of the Year. I can't. I just... Everybody who nominated this is fired, effective right now. Get out. Though, this is the first cat-type game.